This video is brought to you by
Welcome to Cool Green Clothing, aka that Baltimore designer. And you already know, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. That's just basic. It's the end of winter right now, so you already know what that means. We got the end of winter sale going on right now over here at Cool Green Clothing. Go online right now and shop with us. Take advantage of these sales we got going on right now. Mostly everything on the site is half off. Go on coolgreenclothing.com and shop with us, or be forever in your own way. Cool Green Clothing. If you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way.
You want to be different? Get you one of these, man. Cool Green, man. This is the coolest shit ever. You understand?
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Little disclaimer before I start. The situation took place in Pennsylvania, but the two men are from Baltimore, so y'all don't be all geographical with me. But yeah, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Family. Most of us are taught from very young ages, all you got is your family. You're supposed to love them, protect them, and be there for them no matter what. As most get older, you might become a little bit closer to some more than others, but it's still a mutual respect and understanding y'all are related. Certain situations or events can change the dynamics of that family bond, whether it's internal issues or beef. Loved ones fight every day, and usually it gets squashed before it gets to a certain level. Some individuals stick by their blood regardless of what happens. They can argue, throw hands. I have even seen situations blitz came out, but it usually calms down. They make up and keep that relationship going. But some people are not that forgiving. You have certain family members that really don't vibe with their peoples. Whether it's been like that for years, a particular situation happens. Either way, they are comfortable with rocking alone, cutting their close loved ones off for whatever their reasons are. But usually, most hold on to their peoples tight and love them unconditionally. That blind loyalty of feeling like cuz, unc, or sis, I know I don't have to second guess their feelings for me. And that can lead to a false sense of security when whole time, them feelings are one-sided. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will discuss a case of a man's trip out of town to kick it with his cousin that turned fatal. Back in 2021, 37-year-old Jeremiah Beeman had been through a lot. Losing his mother as a hopper, years later in his 20s, his father and brother passed away as well, leaving his immediate gone, and Jeremiah left with extended family, such as cousins. But that didn't stop him from being a family man. He worked hard and over time had 2 daughters of his own. In his spare time, he loved spending time with his peoples. They described him as a comedian, making others laugh, caring, even a teacher, showing younger relatives how to write in cursive or helping them with their school assignments. So when Jeremiah decided to plan a trip to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania with another family member, it was nothing out the ordinary. The person he was going with was a cousin, 41-year-old Jerome Casey. The two were close in age, and they were stated to hang out often, both being from Baltimore. Allegedly, Jerome had ties to Pennsylvania. As they got to the city on November 16, 2021, they were hanging out, having a good time, and linked up with one of Jerome's associates in town. Everything seemed normal, as the three were having fun and just everyday routine. But a little after 11:30 p.m., police were called to shots fired near City Alley. They responded to the location of Evergreen and Sortara Street to find a black male suffering from multiple gunshots. He was unfortunately pronounced gone on the scene and later identified as 37-year-old Jeremiah Beeman. Detectives started searching the crime scene for evidence, finding 9mm shell casings, but that was about it, until they noticed cameras from local homes near the intersection of the two streets. After getting the footage, it allegedly showed 3 men walking together. Moments later, Jeremiah could be seen falling to the ground, with a shooter standing over him, letting off shots. 2 men took off running to a vehicle parked nearby and fleeing the scene. Detectives were trying to piece together the events after realizing Jeremiah was from Baltimore and traveled up with his cousin. After notifying family members, they were in shock of how Jeremiah was found in a cold alley out of town. They were all wondering where Jerome was at. Family informed police that Jeremiah seemed good and happy. Nothing was strange or out of the ordinary, but as the footage was shown, it became a shock to everyone. Detectives identified the shooter as the cousin Jerome, who was nowhere to be found at the time. Tracking down the vehicle in the footage, it led them to a woman's home from Harrisburg who owned the whip. They got a warrant to search the car, finding a 9mm clip, bullets that matched the crime scene. The woman claimed to have no knowledge of a shooting and was questioned but never charged. Next, police went to visit the other man that ran with Jerome after the shooting. He stated he thought everything was good and didn't know why the shooting occurred. He was also questioned but also never charged. Police focused all their attention on Jerome at this time, as Jeremiah's body was released to relatives back in Baltimore. Some spoke out of how a family member can hit their own blood. They refused to show face because Jerome was still on the run. They referred to Jeremiah as a good dude and had to explain to his now 2 teenage daughters the situation. Detectives got a tip that Jerome and another man from Harrisburg that was on probation at the time headed to Texas, sending a bolo down there. Then almost 2 months later, on January 4th, a fugitive task force arrested Jerome, charging him with first-degree hit of his own cousin. He was extradited back to Pennsylvania. No motive came up in the case, and as of now, it hasn't made the trial. Jerome is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Jeremiah. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to his family, especially his daughters. This is a crazy situation on how a trip with fam ends in a man losing his life. I won't speculate on this one. It's no motive, and family members were even confused on what happened. It's old sayings like blood is thicker than water or family over everything. I guess it all just depends. That love has to go both ways. One-sided loyalty always ends bad. I will leave the moral of the story on this one up to y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember to definitely be respectful. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Jeremiah. I send my prayers and condolences to his daughters and his family. Like I said, there's no motive in this situation. I thought it was a crazy story because it just seemed so weird. Like, I don't know if they started beefing. I don't know what transpired. Maybe they was up there trying to make a move. You know, I ain't gonna speculate like I said, but just let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. But it just seemed crazy that 2 cousins and then he went out of town and it happened like that, you know. But yeah, y'all already know I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. It's all love, fam. I'm out.